What else we got, LD?
I have one that might even be too maniacal for McDade.
Wow,
Oh,
for
shit.
McDade's Maniacs?
Our boundaries have never been
listen.
tested. Like
Let's
that.
find out.
Keep it twisted level.
Let's find out.
Hey, Stav, eldest guest. There's a lot to this. I'm just going to get into it. I was a child soldier from 8 to 12 in the Balkan Wars.
No.
Holy
Well,
shit.
from 91 to 95. My village got taken out. I'm not going to say where, so people can't look it up. But after my family was killed, I got taken in by a guy named Sergeant Nicola. That was who I guess you would call it, served under.
What?
He was a real piece of work. You know, he was abusing some of the other boys who were also fighting. Never got me though, because I slept with a knife, and I think he knew I'd stick him if he tried something. But
those other guys were pussies. Wow, this really has been a thing about getting. That's the running theme of this episode.
Like,
We've now found the worst way to get. Worst way to get molested is you're also a child soldier when it happens.
Yeah, we found it. We found both sides of the.
You have
full
to get
spectrum.
molested, and then you fucking put a grenade launcher on and burn an old woman alive. That's how you fucking like calm down after getting molested.
Holy
That's
shit.
brutal, dude. Jesus Christ. What else? All right.
something. But after the war, Nicola just kind of vanished. We got taken in by the UN.
This guy's
The
16.
UN forces that were operating in the Balkans. Long story short, I got adopted by a family here in the States.
Nice.
I love my adopted family. They are my family. Super grateful for them. But here, you know, I got the chance to get my GED, go to college.
Nice.
Right now I'm working at a refugee organization that takes in specifically SOTs, survivors of torture, and victims of political violence. So I do the intakes for a lot of them, and they always have me do the intakes for the folks from the Balkans who speak Serbo-Croat, because I speak it too. So last week I got given the slip for an intake for one Nicola. I'll say his last name, but it's unique enough that I recognized it. And then, sure enough, when I sat down in the intake, it was Sergeant Nicola.
Shit.
He's older and fatter now, but I recognized him. He didn't recognize me because obviously, you know,
Yeah, you're not
I'm
sexy
in my 30s
anymore.
now. But
You're not hot to him anymore.
I don't really know what to do. If I report him, I have no evidence of what he did. My first thought was to kill him, but I'm not going to do that to my family.
No, don't kill him.
Right, I'm past that kind of shit.
Yeah, no more killing.
I don't know what to do. Do I bring it up with my supervisor? I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, you do.
I still can't even believe it's him after all these years. But yeah, bit of a heavy one. Would love your guys' input.
Jesus
Start
Christ.
a podcast with him.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
I will say that I looked up Sergeant Nicola, and there appears to be a novel about someone named Sergeant Nicola.
I was gonna say if this was a fake call, riveting screenplay.
Yeah, top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fiction if it is fake.
Yeah, I
But
think
if it's
starting a
real,
podcast is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's like when Louis and Mark Maron finally sat down
Yeah.
to hash it out.
At the end, it's like, so are we good, Sergeant
Yeah.
Nicola?
Yeah.
Dude, I was just jealous the whole time. That's all it was. You were young.
You were the best sniper
Yeah.
in the unit.
You had a whole future ahead of you. I was jealous. And you and the other boys.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think you can snitch on this. Like, first of all, you can tell. He says he works for an organization that, like, you know, helps people, survivors of political violence, you know, all this kind of stuff. You could just say, like, I know who this fucking guy is. And at the very minimum, you shouldn't have to deal. Like, okay, you don't have proof, whatever. You shouldn't have to do his fucking paperwork.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, at the very least, you should be like, and also the people that work with you know, like, they know these types of people, you know, they're versed in exactly this kind
Yeah.
of shit. So
Although you could fuck up all the paperwork.
I'm about to say, yeah.
You could put him in bureaucracy hell, where you're
I was
like,
say, do the intake and send him back to the fucking Balkans, dude. Like reject his application.
return to sender.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. What can you do to fuck up his application?
This is one where maybe you should forward the papers to ICE and let them sort Sergeant Nicola out.
Yeah, if ICE has to come in a rented minivan with fucking masks on,
but then
and take
ICE is
one
going to be
guy,
like, all right, put it in white pile.
Yeah.
The
just gonna
white ones we'll
hire
get to
him.
later.
Yeah.
yeah, they're just gonna
Hire
fucking
him.
former fat white war criminals. They're like, oh, dude, you're good.
Like, hey, you're good at finding children. Eh?
Hey, we
Is
have
that
a
one of your
bunch of
skills?
kids that we don't even know whose parents they are anymore. Yeah, dude, we can't pay you, but
Oh.
listen, every fucking Monday you get 3 hours in the
Yeah,
You did some work with
lost
kids
kid
who were off the
cage.
grid.
He's gonna be leading an ice
Dude,
splinter
yes,
cell
they
in
will
no
have-
time.
They'll just put him to work making a child soldier brigade of ICE for sure. Fucking 9-year-old Mexican
Yeah, you're gonna
kids.
see Sergeant Nicola down in Venezuela blowing up fucking boats in no
It's the
time.
first time my life has had purpose since the Balkan Wars ended.
He's gonna start like the whatever the Hitler Youth equivalent of ICE is.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Damn,
The
that's a crazy
icicles.
one. Just having to sit across the table from
Yeah, I
that
mean,
guy
first of
is
all, good
fucking
on you
nuts.
for being able to even do that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And it's good that even though your first instinct was to
Which
you're
is
not-
fair.
which is
That's
With the
fair
skills that he
instinct.
taught you. You know what I mean?
completely
Yeah,
fair.
uses
It's
your
kind of
training against
poetic. If this is a movie,
Yeah, that's the way it ends.
if this is a movie, I'm saying earn his trust and
Yeah.
then torture and kill him for everything
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But this is not a movie. You're a real guy. You've worked really hard. You have a beautiful adopted family. You're probably going to start, you probably have your own family or starting your own family, whatever. That is not, in real life, violence, unlike in cool movies, violence is not the answer in real life.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
If you did torture
Bummer.
this guy to death, as we'd all like to see, it would probably fuck up your life more than his.
Yeah, exactly. You're just risking, honestly, I won't even say it necessarily will fuck it up. You're just risking that it will.
Yeah.
Because if you get away with killing him, it's probably would feel awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But
In the moment, but then you're looking over your shoulder the
I
rest
don't
of your
know.
life. You figure,
I think I could probably kill a guy who wronged me and more, and like my conscience would be okay. I
Yeah,
just wouldn't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
go to jail.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's that would be my big fear. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
losing any sleep.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
this guy's a
yeah.
complete piece of, he deserves to die and
Yeah.
go to hell.
The right thing to do is to report him, like you said. The fun thing to do is bury him. Just fucking go Jimmy Hoffa on this dude.
yeah.
Put him under the Meadowlands.
We cannot give you that. We can't, no matter how much we love to officially give you the advice of murdering him, officially we'll say, do not do that. Report him. Yes, tell your fucking boss, your supervisor, even if you don't, worst case scenario, you shouldn't have to process this guy's
I'm about to say, yeah, you
application.
just make sure
Yeah.
you're not the one doing his paperwork. Like,
You give him a strong thumbs down.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna get like a happy resolution to this. But if you pass the paperwork off to someone else, at the very least, you're like, okay, I just don't have to think about, like, he's out there, but it's like you knew he was out there before. You know what I mean? But if you try to process, if he processes the paperwork, he's going to kill him because he's going to know where he lives.
The
and
more
it's
you spend,
True, yeah.
and the more you spend thinking about this guy,
yeah,
the
it's
worse
just going to
gonna
drive
be.
you insane.
That's a good point. You knew he was out there somewhere. I guess you were hoping he was killed in
Right.
the wars, but yeah, get this off your plate. But man, this actually would be a sick movie.
That's all.
Yeah,
I
that
was
would be
thinking.
awesome.
This
Yeah,
would be a
right
fucking-
right about this.
It just
right about
is
this
a movie.
experience.
This
Write some
guy's just
fiction.
telling us.
Yeah.
This guy's just telling us the fucking story of a movie.
Yeah,
he
I
just
can't
saw.
wait to find out that we were
It's a
idiots.
Van
and
Damme
this is like a
movie.
very
we
It's
we had
really-
a teacher in high school, a gym teacher, who told us all like stories from Vietnam, and one of them was like, "Yeah, there was a village a couple clicks south of us, and launched artillery, and it turned out like he thought it was an enemy camp, and we actually blew up a village." And like that exact story is from a book called "The Things They Carried" about Vietnam.
Yeah,
This guy
incredible
was just
book, by the way.
stealing. Yeah, he's like, we shot what we thought was a
Dude, before
He was
the
like-
Troops, it was a
internet,
water
people
buffalo.
Yeah.
lie in such hilarious ways.
yeah.
He was like, we finally made it across the river. There was this weird tribe. Colonel Kurtz was in the cave. He was sitting in the dark.
But we actually worked for the same company briefly. Yeah, and
Oh, I should've said that.
bleep it out.
Yeah.
They were incredibly annoying customers. And I was just trying to think like about this guy's story. Like, how do you treat incredibly annoying customers that you don't want to deal with? And when there was a guy who hated me and I hated him, and we just mutually detested each other.
Yeah.
And then like he called on the phone, he'd be like, "Hey, can anyone else help me? Not you." He would literally say that. And then he like came into the store when we were really busy, and like he was in a rush and like frantically looking for like supplies for some job. And he was like came to my desk to try to get some help, and I was like, someone else can help you. It's a nice, satisfying
That must
moment.
have felt awesome,
That
dude.
hit like crack.
Yeah, give him the old runaround.
Yes. Oh, make their life hell in the customer service type of way.
Yeah, man. Good luck. This is fucking insane.
That's one of the wildest things I've ever heard.
That could have
Yeah.
been you, Eldest. If Greece didn't take you in, your family and as refugees.
Eldest slit the throat of the guy who was trying to kidnap him into the child brigade, and he fled to America.
I
at the
kind
age
of wish
5.
it was me. Kind of like how I wish I joined the military right after high school.
You wish you were getting and having to murder people at 9 years
I
old.
wish I had this cold, emotionless demeanor of our caller here.
Yeah, I'm sure his day to day is a lot easier than yours.
You could have had whatever the Albanian equivalent of a Dodge Charger is.
A donkey.
A horse with not missing any teeth.
A crippled mule.